So Olivia's question is up next. She says, hey, Money Guy team, I am 26 and considering buying a condo and house hacking. Is it okay to go a little higher than 25% of my take-home pay on my mortgage if I intend to get roommates?
Awesome. First things first. You said take-home pay. Our rule is actually not take-home. It's gross, right? So what you do is you think about your gross income. You don't want housing expenses to exceed 25% of gross. So even though you may be a touch over 25% over take-home, I would redo the math. I'd remath it and see, okay, am I still inside of gross? And I love, Brian, a 26-year-old thinking about getting on the equity side of real estate ownership, thinking about house hacking, bringing in some roommates. I love that idea because that's a great way to really attack a really, really hard real estate market that's hard to get your foot into. So I kind of love this idea.
Yeah, Olivia, you're doing this in a financial mutant way. Now, let me give you the cold water on this situation is that being 26, bringing in roommates, it's probably great while you have the roommates, but I do want you to plan ahead is what if a few of them surprise you? They decide to get married. They decide that it just doesn't work out living together and they move out on you.
What if you have a roommate who just doesn't pay very frequently? Like they pay every couple
there's
months.
There's all kind of scenarios. I want you to be very honest with yourself and that's why putting on your 3D glasses and actually doing the math, actually opening up a Google Sheets or an Excel spreadsheet. And I want you to do the dream, meaning that your roommates live with you as long as you want them to live. They all stay gainfully employed. And
you can raise rents on them.
And it all works out beautifully. You even get to raise rents, as Bo said. That's the dream. The down to earth is that, yeah, everything works out, but maybe one of them leaves sooner than you think. Or maybe there's a late payer or two that works out in that scenario. And then there's the do-do plan is that what if you buy this place and then both of the roommates you bring on decide they're out of here because, something happens in life and you're now stuck with this place. Are you going to be able to carry it through those scenarios or at least plan for those three scenarios so you're in a good place? But I do want to commend you because Bo has already hit on this. Love the fact that you're trying to look at a hard housing market and you're saying, well, house hacking or something like that, since it is my primary mortgage, banks are going to give me a lower primary interest rate on this because it will be my personal residence. And I love the fact that you're going to have outside cash flow coming in to help you pay for this by having the friends or whoever you're bringing in to pay the rent. That's outstanding. That is the type of financial mutant mindset that I think gets you through difficult times and lets you get on that home ownership train just a little bit sooner.
Can I just throw this is a middle-aged guy on the front porch, right? Because I think about this. I was, when I did this early on in my life, the roommates that I brought in were folks I knew. Well, I'm hearing more and more as more people are thinking about house hacking, they're trying to okay, I might not know people that need to rent, and so I'm kind of interacting with strangers. Are there some good, one question I have is, are there some good ways that you can vet people? And what I would encourage you to do, especially at 26 years old, is I'd vet them. I'd ask somebody, hey, send me all your social medias. Let me check out what you got going on there. Hey, can you give me 3 or 4 references of folks I can talk to? Just because when you live with somebody, you want to know, is this the kind of person that listens to heavy metal at 1 a.m. in the morning? Is this the kind of person that is going to uses stuff? I don't know. You want to make sure going into it that in-house hacking and having someone under your roof in your place, it does not create a miserable living environment for you. And I think too many young people I see, oh, well, yeah, this person said they want to rent and I got a place and so we rented. And then 2 months later, you hear how awful it is. This guy never pays rent and he does this and he does da-da-da-da. I think if you can screen it on the front end, you'll save yourself a lot of heartache. Agree, disagree?
No, I think you bring up a good point, is that if you are bringing in people you don't know, definitely do background checks on them. I'm sure somebody can put in the comments section a great resource for background checks. I know for all new employees, I have an awesome private investigator that does all of our background information, and it's been phenomenal, the amount of information that just doing a little due diligence can kind of help you understand what you may and may not be getting yourself into. So do the research. It's part of that measure twice, cut once. if you kind of can go ahead and stress test what type of person is this going to be as a tenant, especially if you don't know them, I would put that research work in on the front end.
Oh man, this is a good one that just came in, and I thought I didn't think about this, but it's so good. Have them do a formal rental application, and not necessarily because it's gonna has to be like some super arduous thing, but just having someone show that they're willing to fill it out and willing to complete paperwork and get it turned in timely tells you something about them. It's a lot better than like a handshake and how are you. It's like a process. So I would encourage you, Olivia, to think through that.
Yeah, it would also set you up as you're treating this as a professional relationship. So this could help even if people are friends of yours, is that if you go ahead and put this on the front end, you're more likely that, you get around the 12th of the month and they still haven't paid you rent. Be like, well, no, remember you signed, we set this up. We're friends, but don't take advantage of the relationship and make it where this is business side. This is kind of the mullet of the relationship. You can have the party in the back, but you got to definitely have the business in the front. So make sure you get it right.